Another day, a new world in Minecraft. Today in this video, there's been a little bit of a doozy that's been on my mind recently that I wanted to go over and share my thoughts, share my feelings. Maybe there's some of you that are watching this that could relate. The idea of being more just eats at me every single day. I toss and turn at night just thinking about it. I could do more, be more, achieve more than if I was to stay on this trajectory that I am right now. And that idea of possibility, the chance of achieving something greater than just the common person that maybe I went to high school with, it entices me to want to try. And it's kind of the whole point of this whole channel, because I wanted to make videos. Ever since I was a wee little boy, I would always watch YouTube. Yeah, I watched Nickelodeon, Disney Channel, Disney XD, whatever. But for the most part, the thing I watched the most was YouTube. And to this day, it's the thing I watch the most. I barely watch Netflix, I barely watch Amazon Prime, or whatever the other ones are. But mainly the thing I'm watching is YouTube. And I think the reason it ate at me because I just never tried. I tried to make the motivational videos here and there. It didn't really go that well for me. Sure, maybe some videos did well, they got a little bit of traction. Of course, I try to post on TikTok, Instagram, the whole shebang. But it just felt inauthentic. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to be some influencer. I wanted to actually make some cool stuff, make a cool community with people who actually were interested in what I was interested in. And just that desire to want to do more, give this whole YouTube video making thing a shot. When I talk to friends about it, maybe even people that I work with, yeah, of course, they're going to be nice. They're going to say, that's a really good idea. You should try it. You tell them and then you kind of feel guilty that you did. You feel bad that you even opened your mouth. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. And that's how you kind of know maybe you shouldn't be telling people to begin with. Maybe some of you can relate to that. You have a big dream, a big ambition, a big desire that you believe you can truly accomplish and achieve. Then you go around and you tell people because you're excited. Not because you're trying to brag or boast or anything like that, but simply because, well, you're excited. It's a normal thing to do. I don't think it's wrong at all. But there's that sense of guilt. Every single time you open your mouth, you try and share the idea with people, it kind of feels as though maybe they really don't give a shit. And that's probably because they don't. And that's the hard truth that I'm really starting to realize. This whole YouTube video making thing relies on no one but myself. I have to be the one that wants it more than anyone. I gotta make the cringy videos. I gotta make the videos that might not perform well. And that's okay. I'm not doing this for views and shit. And I know it'll work, because it kinda has to. No one puts in that much effort, regardless of what they're seeing, they just keep going. They just never stop. They're like a steam engine with no brake. Like I said, it might sound a little bit crazy to even hear some dude talking about this, especially with Minecraft gameplay playing in the background. But I just can't help it. I try to talk to the friends and family, colleagues. It just felt wrong. It just felt like I was bragging. Your dreams are not as big as mine. And I felt bad about it. So what better way to talk about it than to make a video and post it on the internet to potentially thousands of people to see it? Maybe there's someone that is watching this that kind of feels the same way. Buddy, you're not alone. I think about it every single day. But it starts with us. And that's the most important thing. That's what I tell myself constantly. It starts with me. I can't be wasting time. Every single time I want to hop on PlayStation with the boys, I gotta make sure I got a video out. Or maybe not even get on PlayStation with the boys for a while and just focus on making videos alone. My reason as to why I want to change my situation is so big. I have no option but to make it work. It's not a want. Some people just want things to be better, to improve. I need things to improve. I need it. So I'm going to do whatever I need to in order to make sure that happens. And I think a lot of people want to change their situation, to be in a better situation. Whether that's making more money, living in a safer area, living in a different state, being able to go to college, whatever it is. But the reason as to why they want to do it has to be big enough in order for them to do whatever it takes to make sure it happens. And I fully believe in that. Because if your reason as to why you want to do something isn't big enough, you're not going to do it. I mean, a lot of people make a New Year's resolution and then they stop. I want to get in shape. They go 2 weeks and then they stop. They still pay for a gym membership. I mean, they're consistent in that sense. They're keeping the lights on in the building, but then they just don't continue trying to achieve the dream body that they said that they wanted so bad. Well, that's probably because the reason as to why they wanted it in the first place isn't even big enough. But my why is pretty big now. Maybe it wasn't big a couple years ago. Maybe even last year. But now I'm over here grinding like I'm broke. But what can you do? Dream big, have high hopes, ambitious. A lot would say it's crazy. Some would say it's not normal, be realistic. Nah. This is pretty fucking realistic to me because I can't stop thinking about it. I can't stop dreaming about it. So maybe I just give this a solid shot. And if it doesn't work, maybe I take the traditional route. But as I mentioned, it has to work. It just has to. There is no failure. There's never failure. Maybe something didn't go your way. That's okay. You didn't really fail. You got feedback. And that's kind of the mindset I have to try and remind myself constantly. The video wasn't a flop. It was feedback. Maybe you needed to do something different. Maybe the editing wasn't as good. Maybe the thumbnail wasn't that good. The title was kind of ass. Whatever it is, it's feedback. Never failure. As long as you can continue to take the lessons that you learned and put them in the right places and use that feedback to improve. At some point in time, might not be tomorrow, might not be in a week, a month, or maybe in a few years, but at some point you will get to exactly where it is you want it to be, but you'll never get there if you never give it a solid try. And that's a big thing too. I always kind of told myself I needed to have this before I could do that, or this before I could achieve that, or give this a shot. You just gotta start. You have the idea, you have the basic fundamentals of what needs to be done. Just start there and then fine tune it along the way. I mean, that's how it goes. No one goes to the gym knowing exactly what they're gonna do, but they learn how to do the exercises properly, maybe slow down a little bit. And then eventually over time, they do that so consistently, one day they look in the mirror and they realize that they had the dream physique they always wanted. Same thing with business, same thing with making YouTube videos, same thing with achieving a specific career. It's the same thing. And I think the idea of achieving something very, very quickly in a short period of time is just absurd. It's going to take time. I know it is. Is it going to take a few years? I don't think so. I think I could learn some stuff from the people who have already achieved it prior to me, learn from their mistakes and try to evade those things to close that gap rather than it being a few years. Maybe it takes a year, maybe 6 months. But I'm a true believer that if you truly set your mind on something and you truly focus on it, you can achieve it and you will achieve it every single time. But you can't give up. Regardless of what people around you will say too. Because they're always going to talk. People will always say something. You have this goal, you have this dream, kind of keep it to yourself. And I think there's a beauty in kind of keeping things to yourself and then popping out with results. I think that's pretty badass. And that's kind of what I'm doing. You know, I had that little bit of a moment where I wanted to share with friends, colleagues. Yo, I'm doing this thing. And of course they're going to be nice, but you know, they don't really give a shit. You got to give a shit about your stuff more than they do. That's what's most important. You got to care more than they do. And you always got to be your number one supporter. And yeah, what I'm saying might sound motivational, but in retrospect, it's really just for me to listen back on. Maybe this is the video that I need to go to whenever I'm feeling, maybe I can't do this. I just listened to this because I was speaking like this before I even saw anything crazy happen in my YouTube career. And maybe this motivates you to take that chance on yourself, to go out there and give it a shot. Because I really do think that a lot of the things we use in this world, whether it's our computer, our phones, the microwave, whatever, A lot of these things were created by people who were no smarter than us. They just were relentless and truly believed in their idea and were willing to stop at nothing to make sure it happened. And I think we kind of got to be the same way with our dreams. I'm not saying to go out there and build a $1 million business. Whatever your definition of success is, I believe you're worthy and deserving of achieving that. And you can have that. But again, everyone's definition of success is different. So whatever your definition is very much achievable. You just can't let people who don't share that same dream talk in your ear. No. Your dream is special to you, and it was given to you for a reason. But if you don't lock in, you don't really start focusing, you start taking it serious and say like, hey, this is up to me. Sooner or later, you're going to look up and realize that all this time went by and you didn't even try. You left the dreams on the pillow. And I think that's a terrifying idea. So, give it a shot. This is my giving it a shot. I was over here recording other Minecraft videos, kind of making it super in-depth, detailed, but I'm like, it's not even my style. This is not even what I want to do. It's not even what I want to do, so I'm not going to waste my time with that. So, here we are doing this one. I think this is kind of more my speed. Not going to be too hectic for me to edit. It'll be a little bit more fun. But, that being said, that's my little rant. That's kind of what's been on my mind. I'm tired of telling friends and colleagues, yo, I got this idea with no action added to it. I told them, no, I'm just going to do the work. And I'm doing this for me. I always wanted to do it, and I feel that actually committing to my own word is just keeping that promise to that little boy that wanted to make videos all those years ago, and still does. But I think I'm just more equipped with the resources in order to make it happen. So, go out there, give it a solid try, and just know that it's better to try and fail than to not try at all. So, yeah. I'll see you guys next time.